So we thought it would be fun to answer some questions that we can look back on in the next few years to
They're
answer.
yearly anniversary questions. So the first one is, what has been a high point of our relationship this year? I think it would be just us growing over our hardships, where it's just like when we've been climbing the mountain, we've been like struggling here and there, having our ups and downs, but then like finally getting to a point where it was resolved and we kind of got on that same level finally. And even though it took a while to like kind of get around it, it's like we got to it. So it was like rewarding, and like a high point. It was just like, there's not many of those, I feel like, in our relationship. So like we do overcome it. It's just kind of like, one, we're closer, and then two, it's like I feel better with you.
My high point of our relationship this year was kind of similar to yours, but I think it was improving our communication. I feel like this year we focused a lot on that and we improved it a lot. So I think that was definitely a big high point.
The biggest challenge you have overcome this year?
Like personally,
So the biggest challenge you've overcome this year?
I think my biggest challenge I've overcome this year is my, how do I say this, like need to people please to the point where it detracts from my happiness and joy. I feel like that was something I struggled with a lot at the beginning of the year, and over time I like practiced it and kind of got better at just kind of being okay with where I'm at and what I'm working on, instead of doing things for other people because that's what they want me to do.
I think for me it was just kind of, we were talking about this earlier in the car, but like being confident in my abilities, because it's like I'm a confident person, but like being able to like be confident with what I can do and what I've learned in like job experiences or team building, just things like relationship wise with like other people, being able to recognize that I am capable and I'm able to do a lot more, even though I think highly of myself, which is, I guess, not common for a lot of people, but like I feel that I'm able now and like to recognize what I'm actually good at. What is your favorite outfit of mine that I wear?
You're gonna hate me for this. I love your jeans. I think they look so cute on you.
I don't like jeans.
And I love the black quarter zip that's like kind of like
that you wear more than me.
that I wear more than you, but I think it looks so good.
Yours, I really like, I think you didn't get rid of it, but that sweater, I like when you wear sweaters. I think you pull off sweaters and leggings really cutely.
Really? Thank you.
What is different in our relationship that you are glad is different?
Oh no.
But like, I love, I guess every relationship's different obviously, but I love that we are able to have inside jokes with each other, but we don't openly say that they're an inside joke. So it's like we'll have something that we'll laugh about, but it's not like a big laugh to where like everybody, or we don't even laugh. It was just like we'll just kind of like we'll make eye contact with them, grin, and then we just kind of go back to everything. And it's like, I'm sure every couple does this, but again, it's just one of those things where it's like, to us it's funny, but it's between us. It's not like we're telling everybody, we're not making it a big scene, or like, oh my gosh, that's so funny, Corinne and I have this thing.
Yeah, I think mine is also similar, but I think I know a lot of people say this, but I truly like feel this within our relationship, that we're best friends. We can laugh, we can have serious conversations, we can joke, we can dance around. Like, I feel like we have this like base of a friendship that like we could be bored in a room and still be having the time of our life.
When were you really frustrated with me?
I think it goes along with like something that you have improved this year, but I think it's that like when you lack your confidence in your abilities. Like, it's like you said, you don't lack confidence in yourself, but it's just that like sometimes you lack, or like you struggle with like feeling confident within your abilities. And I think that's like where I get frustrated, because I see your potential and like what you're really good at, and I wish you would like be confident in that as well. Oh, must just witnessed a car accident.
When I was most frustrated, I think I get frustrated when I don't know whether you want me to listen or you want me to fix it, or like to give you feedback and advice. Because I feel like a lot of the times, like, you'll come home or like we'll be talking and it's like kind of what we were talking about before, where it's like ask consent, where she's gotten better at it, but it's like the thing of like asking for permission to vent and to talk about it and kind of unload. Because I feel like sometimes she'll go and talk and I'm like, well, hey, just do this, it's an easy quick fix. And she's like, no. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing wrong? Like, why is she getting frustrated with me? And I thought she was then getting upset with me. And she's like, no, you're not getting it. I'm like, I am. That's why I'm giving you answers. And it's just like, it comes back down to miscommunication and stuff. But I think that's like when I got the most frustrated.
That's fair. I think like I learned from that therapist, we talked about it, where it's like asking to consent to vent, basically, where like when you are frustrated about something, you want to get something off your chest, you want to vent. And like with my partner, like I need to ask if you are in the headspace to be able to like allow me to vent. And if you're not, then maybe I can go journal about it, or maybe I can go do something else. I can run it off, walk it off. I can, find somewhere else to put that. But if he is not able to like take that, like if you had a really long day. So I thought that was a cool concept to kind of bring.
I think that goes both ways, because like sometimes I'll do it, so it's just like being in that
definitely.
space. Okay, when did you laugh the hardest?
Okay, I think mine's like so simple. Like so simple it's dumb.
Okay.
I think I laugh the hardest when we're just like laying in bed, slap happy at night, and we're just like,
It's like midnight. It's not even like, it's not like 8 o'clock. It's like late night.
But it's like,
And
it's
have
been
the
a
most
long
energy.
day, and we're like, we watch some like funny TikToks, and it just kind of gets you in the funny mood, and then we just start like laughing about life. We start laughing about like the silliest things, and it's just like that moment of just like pure happiness that's just like, I don't know. It's like goes back to like feeling like we're best friends, and it helps me feel really connected to you.
Okay, so I got a story with mine.
Oh no.
We were in Arizona, and we were driving to my brother's house, who was like 20 minutes away from her parents' house, and we took her parents' truck. And it was
This is not gonna sound funny.
It's the most bizarre thing that we were driving, and next to us was this truck. It pulled up to a stoplight, and this lady had her feet off, her shoes off, socks
like,
off.
kicked up,
Her feet were like on the dashboard, and Corinne and I both look over, we see it, we both start laughing. And then like the light turns green, we go. We're still driving down the same road, and they come back next to us as we're laughing, and they see us laughing, and we look back over and they're laughing. So we're both dying, have no idea who these people are. It sounds so like silly, but this happened for like the 10-minute drive
it was
as
like
we're going.
a solid 10 minutes.
And we
like,
would stop
we'd
next
pull
to each other. We
ahead.
both just were laughing. Like we'd look in each other's car. They're dying.
Like,
we're dying. And we're like,
belly laughs.
this is not that funny. But we were laughing so hard, and it was ridiculous just because we don't know who they were. It wasn't even that funny. Her feet were on the dashboard. Like that's pretty common when you're like that passenger princess,
It's like, we tried to explain it to my parents after, and we were trying to like tell them the story, and we were like, it was so funny. And it was not funny.
Like it doesn't sound funny, but like to us, it was just one of those things where you start laughing and you just can't stop. You don't know why. Where do you want to go on vacation next?
Oregon. That's where I'm from, and he's never been, and it hurts my heart that he's never been. I love it there. It's my happy place, and that's I think that's our next vacation that we want to take.
It's what we're planning on. I I was thinking Australia, but I'm honestly thinking Iceland first. But I think I want to experience it later. Just to like make the most of it. Or I feel like Iceland would be like a shorter trip with more things to do.
Yeah.
Or Australia would be more of like a vacation. I want to chill out for a month.
Yeah.
Without like a rush or like an agenda.
Yeah. So his brother went to Iceland and they said it was so much fun. So that's always been on our list. And then I don't know what it is about Australia, but I've always wanted to go there. And like I think it just like totally fits our vibe. It's chill. There's the beach, which is his whole thing. Like he grew up in San Diego, so like the beach is life.
When was a time you felt deeply connected to me?
I think for me, the times that I feel really deeply connected with you are when like our phones are put away, when we kind of like we have this lookout that we go to. It's called Goshen Pass. And we always go out there and set up a blanket and we talk about life and goals, and I feel really connected
I
then.
think mine would be just when we go on walks. I think that's been one of the places that we've been able to be vulnerable with each other. It's like we're out of the house, because I feel like it's easy when you're sitting down to have like deeper conversations, to like separate and like kind of sit on opposite sides of the room, or she would be on the couch, I'm in the chair, and it's easy to kind of like make it feel like a separation. Like you aren't conscious of it, but it's like subconsciously it's like there's a divide between us, and the body language is different. But when I feel like we would go on walks, it was really easy. It's kind of like we're going the same direction, we're on the same pace, and it's just kind of like that feeling of, okay, we're in this together. And then we would talk about life and our goals and what we're struggling through and what's going wrong, or what family dynamic is affecting us. And it was really simple just to like talk about it and be like side by side.
Thank you.
When do you feel most loved?
I think I feel most loved when like we're spending that intentional time together. I know I keep saying that, and that's like a common answer for me, but like that time, and like even just like having deeper conversations that like aren't just like, oh, how was your day? La, la, la. Like those things are great, but like I really appreciate just like that one-on-one time with you, and like being able to talk openly about our hearts and like what's going on in our lives and how we want to approach the next few months of our lives. I think is like, it helps me feel really close, and like we're kind of on the same page.
For me, we've kind of had this thing where I've tried to communicate to her and let her know, but it comes down to like when I get home from work, the biggest thing for me is just like getting a hug when I get home, of just like that, I'm so happy you're here, I'm excited to see you. And I think that was something that you always did really. When you do it, it's like I feel the most love, because it's like, one, it's physical touch, and then two, it's just one of those things where whatever's happening at home, or like me being gone at work and I'd come home and it's just like the first thing I want to see is her. So when she would give me that recognition and come up and just give me a hug, I'm just like, okay, yes.
We're gonna go to the beach, and I hope you enjoyed the questions. We're gonna try and look back at this in the next year.
It might not even be for them, it's just gonna be for us to look
I know,
back
it's
at.
just gonna be for us, but like we'll look back in a year and answer the same questions.
I'll put on my seatbelt.
But we're going to the beach. Bye.